In the end, every 40 seconds a person commits suicide. The majority of them are teenagers. Statistics of Health and Mental Health Center in Lithuania show that young people choose suicide as the last solution to end the bullying at their school grounds. Such last events in Lithuania show that a young person commits to end everything because of his or her non-traditional orientation. In social media you can clearly see the comments of our society. Homosexuality is an illness. That is an irregularity. Gays and lesbians are parasites which need to be stomped on. This is the shame of our country. There have never been anything like this in the past. This is a 21st century's problem that needs to be solved, says the citizens of Republic of Lithuania, the citizens of an independent country who are trying to say their opinion out loud in the social media. And we all clearly see the results. People who are being led by the heads exclamation decide to climb over the bridges which extend along the highway borders. By taking a handful of sleeping pills and suppressing drugs, they leave the goodbye letters behind, in which they express their disappointment and the suppressed will to live by the community. These young, full of ideas, goals, dreams, and ambitious people who would have given so much to this world, in the end, choose to cut open their veins. Is it really that hard to at least try to understand other person instead of judging? Why is it still kept in silence? Why are all of the institutions' doors shut in front of the young person who is looking for a ray of his last hope? Is it true that a young person's life is worth so little in our society's lives? I don't want to be silent anymore. I clearly see the results of being silent. Young person who lives between our insanity, alienation, just doesn't see the reason to stay. Oppressed in school hallways, and after experiencing physical and psychological violence, I stopped looking for reasons as to what led me to you. And I stopped listening to myself. And how did it happen that you appeared next to me? What pushed you and what woke me up? You now know that I would have been lost without you, that without you, there is no me. That it should have happened, that you should have appeared and I should have appeared as well. And as both somehow, even without proper reasons, we should have met each other. I always wanted to be sure that our journey would go on for an eternity. And now I know that an eternity only lasts just for a moment. But maybe our hearts evaluate those moments differently. Maybe a moment in our hearts is born all over again, like in a short, never boring film plot, which you can watch all over again, and every time you rewatch it, there is always something different. Every time when I looked at you, I wanted to express myself on about how I imagined love, but I was scared that you would have asked me to describe it in one word. But I would have not dared to say a name. I would have been scared that my moist lips would have said as if that word was priceless. But you were something that I could have wrapped my arms around, but you did not have any price labels. You were a museum exhibit to me, which I wish that belonged to me. But with nobody else, I wouldn't need to share you. You only said that you loved the freedom, and that you don't want to belong to anyone. You said that you're like a guard dog, which doesn't need a chain to stay in place. You said that you're loyal, but I, like a kid, wanted to you repeat that again and again 1,000 times, and after that, one more time. I wanted to believe that I never doubted, but I never learned. I was a hysteric, and only your kisses would calm me down. Only your arms were my home, and anywhere else I was homeless. Only the shining corners of your lips looked like mountains in which I was wandering. Because I knew I would find myself, and again I would find myself. And if someone would have shouted at me that I am a drug addict, I would have remained silent, because you were the one that everyone called a sin, and I was the one that everyone called a slut, that everyone called family's disgrace. And every time I yearned for you more and more, and every time I let go of you, I would always want to emerge into you, as if you were a pillow which soaks up all my tears, which appears into my sight every saddest day.